All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is November 12th, and some interesting unfoldings in the plot for the 2020 election. 2020 is going to make the greatest movie. My wife and I were joking about that when they make this into a movie. Does Donald Trump play himself, or does Alec Baldwin play it thinking it's a parody, but it's still just the movie that it actually is? Either way, it's insane what's going on. And by the way, nothing screams bipartisan quite like a Hawaiian construction company hat. I got this from my grandfather who passed away. So here's what's going on, and this is insane because the enemy being the people or the establishment who really would like to see Donald Trump disappear didn't anticipate that there was going to be a three-headed monster coming after them. And if you watch any Tim Pool videos, you would have heard him say today that it's legitimately three Hail Marys that need to happen. But I'll move my head over to the side so I can put up this graphic. This is from the Epic Times. This is their electoral college map. Now, I want you to know that this is not the official map because there have been races that have been called. This doesn't match what has actually been called, but it does match the races that are called and undisputed for either party. And the ones that are marked here, you'll see that Wisconsin and Georgia are down to a hand recount, and Pennsylvania, Michigan, I'm not looking at it right now, but at least Arizona and I believe Nevada all have lawsuits pending. So there's a three-headed monster coming after this, and it was mentioned that Trump did not become a billionaire by rolling over and dying when things didn't go his way. When the 2016 election went his way, like a billionaire does, he takes his win and keeps going. And in 2020, it didn't go his way, and he does not take the loss and keep going. He doesn't take the L and just say, well, I'll try again in 4 years. No, he's not about to lose, or at least he's going to try not to lose. It remains to be seen what's going to happen, but Arizona is not close enough for a recount. From what I read, it needs to be within like 0.1% or either 200 or 500 votes to trigger a recount. So they are not in their lawful right to recount the state. But if things get upended in Georgia or Wisconsin, which seem extremely unlikely given the historical precedent for what a recount can do to a state. I think the largest number of votes are altered is like 2,500. And he's down by between 20 and 21,000 in Wisconsin and between 14 and 15,000 in Georgia. Okay, so it would take more than human error to overturn those states. So he's got the recounts going. He's got lawsuits in Pennsylvania that have nothing really to do with voter fraud and everything to do with votes being treated differently based on whether they were mail-in ballots or whether they were in-person votes. And it seems very likely, based on the way the laws are written, that some, if not a large portion of mail-in ballots could be thrown out, which would be the 4D chess that people have been talking about when it comes to Trump pleading with people to vote in person, because these mail-in ballots are about to get thrown out for a whole host of reasons. And then in 30 different states, this Dominion software was used alongside with this with two different other types of software called Hammer and Scorecard, which you'll be hearing more about. I think we're all pretty new to those phrases, but essentially they were masterminded by the CIA for intelligence purposes. In 2008, after Obama was elected, Scorecard was, by, I believe it was executive order, allowed for surveillance of the American people. And that's not solely Obama to blame. In 2007, when the Patriot Act was signed by George Bush, that gave the government basically the authority to be your dad, that they could see everything that you're doing and peek in on everything they're doing, and the NSA can store everything that you're doing. And Obama expanded on that. So what does that mean? Well, there are a lot of allegations that would need to be proven that Hammer and Scorecard altered the election in a very definable way. There is anecdotal evidence, a couple screenshots or in slow-mo video on CNN where you can see in real time votes being changed, more for Biden, the exact number less for Trump. And again, these are one-offs, but they're all called glitches. They just happen to be in different states and all against Donald Trump. So the Dominion software was used in 30 states, and so we're going to see if the programs now, the way that these retired generals and colonels are explaining it is it's literally designed, doing exactly what it was designed to do, to alter the election by less than 3%. So it wouldn't make a lot of sense to use this in a tangible way in non-swing states, right? California doesn't need the help to overturn anything, and it doesn't. There hasn't been a suggestion yet whether it affected anything down ballot or whether it was just for Biden votes. Now we know there are serious statistical anomalies in many states, that all of them swing states, of course, where Biden grossly outperformed the down ballot, or people essentially voting just Biden and leaving the rest blank. And that didn't hold up in non-swing states, where Biden got roughly the same number of votes as the down ballot Democrats. So in non-swing states, he was getting maybe 0.2 to 0.4% more. And in swing states, he's getting about 4% more. So essentially 10 to 20 times more Biden-only votes in swing states than non-swing states. That smells. Now, that's not proof, but it is cause to look a little deeper into what's going on. And that's all that it is. We live in a country that you are innocent until proven guilty, and will allow anyone on the Democratic side to remain as such until they go to court. Now, if these fraud claims that Donald Trump are making are true, somebody's got to go to jail. And I think that's the biggest problem that we as Americans have with the reason why Donald Trump got elected in the first place, is we just feel like no one bad ever goes to jail. No one at the top ever gets in trouble, right? We put these low-level criminals in jail for, drug possession or whatever the case may be, petty theft and things like that after multiple strikes. But yet the white-collar crime, the people that are really like destroying the country, they never go to jail. They never go to jail. People chant, lock them up at debates and things like that and rallies. Nothing ever happens to these people. They just continue to amass money, continue to speak out against Trump and things like that. And, I'm not saying that Trump hasn't done bad things in his life that maybe he should have been prosecuted for as well. And if there is not just anecdotal voter fraud, but if there's rampant voter fraud because these dark money and dark powers decided they would rig the electronic system which counts the votes, and no one goes to jail, then we're kind of lost as a democracy. We don't have one. We're just an oligarchy that we really don't know who the oligarchs are. That's kind of where we're at. I'd appreciate your comments of what you think. I think that we're in for a wild ride. This is not going to go away. Mr. Trump he's not going away quietly, if at all. So I'm excited to see what happens in the next couple days, and we're going to learn more. But for now, thanks for watching. God bless. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, and you'll hear more from me. All right, we'll see you.